What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jack. So, we're going to go over Solana. It was requested in the Discord. Now, I can't get to all your guys' requests in here, but every once in a while, as I do cover Sol, haven't done it in a while here. So, we'll go over Solana. Currently, we're sitting at 105.29. We're down about 2.32 on the day. We're sitting in market cap of 33.96 billion, 24-hour volume 1.85 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to crypto.com, sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app. Grab one of the incredible Visa cards, cashback in crypto, free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives, $25 just for signing up through my referral. So in our last Solana video, I talked about us coming down. I said, look guys, we're overextended. We shot up way too quickly. We were forming a double top pattern. And let me quickly check the hourly. We probably had a bearish divergence on the hourly time frame. Yeah, you can see here we're creating higher highs, lower highs on the RSI. And that's exactly what happened. We saw a drop. We just flirted with our break even here with our dollar cost average strategy. We've had 7 entries with our break even sitting at 136. My entries were quite close together with Solana. Going forward, I won't have as many entries as I know it spreads you a little bit thin as a spot trader. But as we can see here right now for Sol, there is a strong level of support coming in between about 103 and about 94. You can see a lot of resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. We have some support resistance in this area. And if we scroll all the way back here, let me just open it up quickly. You can see we had some resistance right here. We had support in this area as well. So in between about 104 and about 94, 95 is a strong support sign for Sol. We are seeing money start to flow back in as price is dropping. As you can see here, we're creating lower lows while creating higher lows on the money flow, which can be an early indication that the bears are running out of strength. I have noticed a little bit of a bear flag pattern. So if this were to break down here, measure the flagpole, could take you down to about 89. So just keep an eye on that if it does start to roll and fall out here, but we could definitely bounce off about 95 for Solana. If we look at Sol here on the daily time frame, you can see we absolutely exploded to the top of our descending broadening wedge. We broke out of it, a little bit of a fake out, and we rolled over. So I've taken our Fibonacci from the start of the uptrend from the swing low all the way up to the swing high. And you can see right now we are bouncing off the golden ratio. Crucial that the bulls hold that support if you are going to see a bounce. Because if you roll over, you lose the golden ratio. Higher likelihood you're going to come back down to where you started, which is coming in at about 78 for Solana. Now, if we were to see a nice bounce here, definitely would watch this trend line of resistance. As you can see here, let me just pull it back, grab my brush. As you can see, we had resistance here, resistance right here, resistance here, resistance here as well. And then we broke out. We had a bit of a fake out. We came up, we hit it as resistance once again. So if we do bounce, we could definitely come up and hit it as resistance once again, which is currently sitting at 115 for Solana. You can see here we broke out of this double bottom pattern, beautiful double bottom breakout, met the technical target, and we come all the way back to back test it as support. So if we can hold that level, we can push up to about 114. Of course, if you break out, you hold the support, then you could see a huge breakout back to the upside and come up and retest these highs at about 142. But if we do get rejected, or if we get rejected by the 0.5, we lose the golden ratio. Your next target's to the downside for Solana. The 0.786 coming in at 89, and then the previous swing low, which is coming in here at about 78. We are underneath the EMAs on the daily, so if we do hit them as a resistance, we can continue to see that rollover. We'd have to get back above them, break out of our descending broadening wedge if we are going to come up and try to re-tackle these highs. In the short term, I quickly want to show you guys the weekly time frame for Solana. So we're currently holding the 55 EMA on the weekly, this blue line here. You can see the bears tried to push the price below the 55 and the bulls pushed it right back up, which is a good sign. The money flow came all the way back down to the bottom section. As I mentioned, that is usually when you see money start to flow back in, and it pushed back to the upside, and that's exactly what we saw here. However, we still do have a little bit of room to come down on the RSI. As you can see, we're creating higher highs while creating lower highs on the RSI, bearish divergence. So if this is going to fully play out, then the RSI will usually come all the way back down to oversold. So if we begin to lose this level of support coming in about 103, 104, then I would target 78 as your next strong level of support. And that would most likely allow the RSI to come back down to oversold. on the weekly time frame. So in the short term for Solana, the money is flowing back in while prices dropping. Can be an early indicator of a bounce if we can get back above the EMAs. Resistance levels to watch 115. Let me look for some more resistance here. Yeah, right around this level as well. Let me drop in a line. You can see previous swing high, support here, resistance right here, and I'll give it a little price target. That resistance is coming in at about 121. So those are your levels of resistance. If we do continue to roll over here, I would definitely watch this level coming in at about 94. Definitely could act as support. A lot of resistance in that area, support in that area too. And if we were to roll over and come down to 94 and you see the money flow continue to create higher lows, that would definitely be an early indicator of a move back up, as well as the RSI. If you were to see us come back down to 94 and the RSI creates a higher low, bullish divergence, we could see a big push back to the upside. And then your next strong level support all the way down here at about 80. But I do think there is a good potential to bounce in between about 104, the current level, 104, 105, and about 94 for Solana. So that is it for this one. Shout out to the Discord, over 1,800 members posting chart patterns, talking all things crypto. We have the DCA trade strategy fully explained, the DCA charts for the live trades on the channel, buy and take profit zones based off support, resistance, Fibonacci, as well as trade signals for the $10 membership. If you want my exact entries, exits, take profits, and stop losses. If you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit. And if you want to follow me on IG, you can keep up with my travels and my personal life. And I will see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.